Alrighty, we have a power transformer on the circuit board here that we have to replace. We ordered a new one, and this one shorted inside, so I'm going to show you how to replace it. Just clean our tip off. We'll heat our pads here. Take our solder pump, pump it out. We'll have to tin our iron. So we'll heat the pad and the component that we're taking off. And it's not melting the solder, so I'll clean the tip, re-tin it again, heat the component in the pad. So we'll see if we can get this transformer to start coming off the board here. Nice and hot. There we go. Heat the lead in the pad. Make sure our solder gets nice and hot. Pump it out like that. Doesn't seem to want to move, so we'll just keep pumping it. get right down over that hole to get all the solder out. Comes out hard sometimes. Get nice and hot, get the pump right in there. This board is it's a flow-through type of a board, so the solder goes down into the hole a little bit more than a regular single-sided board. So we'll just keep trying. I'll take a screwdriver and just try to pry it up a little bit and see if I can get it loose. Hey, we got it off. So now we'll just pump our pads off a little bit better here, clean them up. we do have some pad damage, but there's nothing you can do about it. Getting upset's not going to change anything, so I'll show you how to fix it. You can see how the part of the pads came up, the flow-through parts on the one on the far left and the two on the bottom. Okay, we have our new transformer here. We have our board we're going to put our new one into. Line the holes up. Make sure you put it in the right way. Okay, so it only goes in one way. See how the holes line up? See, it lines up this way only. If I try putting it in upside down, you'll see how the pins don't quite line up. And see how they're different? They're like maybe a 1/16 of an inch apart difference. So we'll put it in the right way here like this. We'll flip it over. We'll set it down here. I'll hold it down like this. Bring our soldering iron over here. Resolder this one here. Clean our tip. Tin our iron. There it is. Okay, with the flow through, there we go. We got a solder joint there. And we get another one over here. Heat the pad and the terminal, get a nice flow through in there. And since this moved, I'm going to reheat this. Touch a little more solder on there. We got a nice, got a little point there. There we go. Okay, we're going to have to take and put a little flux on that. See how that's grainy? So we have a little flux in this bag here. So we'll get it off there. And we'll just heat this up again. There we go. We got a nice shiny solder joint. We'll heat this one up. Got a nice solder joint. Now we'll come over here. There we go. Now this pad is broken. And this pad is just a jumper between the two. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump a wire from up here and come down. So we'll take this thin wire here. We'll just strip it. This is like 20 gauge phone wire. There we go. We got a whole bunch of wire out of our insulation here. So we'll take and we'll wrap some wire around this here. Wrap it around there a couple times. If I had a smaller pair of pliers, it would be nice, but since I don't, I don't. So I'm just going to be thankful for what I have and make it do. So we'll bring it over where we have to go over here. So we can take, clean our tip again, tin our iron, and we'll just solder it onto there like that. And we have a post right up here. We can get it up onto this and over to this. So we can get it, we're gonna go around. There's a post sticking up here, so I'm gonna take our solder pump. I'm gonna solder, I'll open this one up. Let's see what's under this one. We might get it. Let's look on the other side here. See what's over here. That's there, so we can go. We're gonna just resolder that there because we can't. That doesn't come up enough to wrap around. So we'll just put a little more solder back on that, and we'll come up over this post here, and we'll wrap it around. Okay, this is the same potential as over here, so I can come up over this. Come up, over. I'll go down. I'm going to see if I can push this lead in a little bit more. See this component here? I'm going to try to push this in some more so I can get more grab with the solder wire. So I'll heat that up, push that lead up. See, I have a little extra room there. Now I can wrap around that post. Okay, so I'll get back on here. Push it down. And I'll just bend that lead back over it a little bit so it holds it in place. There we go. We hold it in place like that. We'll tin our iron. And I'll just put a little more solder on top of this so we can get everything all inside that solder joint there. That's what we want. And we'll clip our excess off over here. If I had smaller cutters, it would be nice, but I don't have them, so I'm not going to complain. Now we have these ones here. Okay, that pad was good. These two, we have to connect them together. So we'll wrap our wire around it down here, bring it around. Push it down over that post. Get a nice solder joint there. Now I'll bring it over here. Get around that post. And we'll get a nice solder joint over here. Because these two runs don't connect to anything, they're just a jumper across the two. So we just tin our iron and we'll solder that, and that there is soldered. And we'll just clip our extra leads off. So now we just got to get our last one to go from here. This run, we're going to follow this run. So we can go either around this post or this post and this here. So we don't want to use bare wire because, well, we can, and we'll just have to keep it away from everything, but I'd rather use insulated wire. So we're going to go from here, we're going to come up, we're going to come over this way, and we're going to strip it from about right here. If I had thinner gauge strippers, it would be a little nicer, but I don't, so I'm just going to be thankful for what I have, and I was able to get what I got. Doesn't pay to complain about it. Okay, so we'll go from here to up here, so we'll wrap our wire around this post here. We'll go around. Like that. Clean our tip. Get a nice solder joint there. Let it cool a little bit. And we'll run our wire along our run here. So I use the insulated wire so I don't touch something that we don't want to touch. And we can go around this terminal right here. Pump it out, and we'll get our wire around our terminal here. Hey, I got the whole thing to go all the way around the terminal like that. That can just cover the whole pad. That's nice. See how the end came up within the pad there? I like that. Tin our iron. Resolder our connection here. There we go. So we'll just look at our connections here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all good. 1, 2, 3. That's good. And we have a nice jumper here. So we can tin our iron now that we're done. Turn it off. And we just got to clip this little bit off here. And we'll just be happy with what we have here. So that is how to make repair on a circuit board with damaged runs after replacing a power transformer. This is a higher voltage, it's 120 where it goes in.